Matt Regan. Matt was born on August 30th, 1980, to his parents Rose Wells and Nike Regan. He was a medical student, and Kelly says that when they met, it was definitely love at first sight. There was some type of spark that instantly flew, and the two of them started spending a lot of time together. Matt was originally from Boise, and he was Mormon, but he did not grow up Mormon. He actually found Mormonism on his own later in life, and he first became a Mormon in high school. He attended Ricks College for 1 semester before serving 2 years as an LDS missionary in Brazil. The two of them began dating very quickly after they met for the first time, and they were brought even closer by their shared faith. After that, they decided that they wanted to get married after only a few months of dating. Family life. So on March 6, 2004, they got married at the Mount Timpanogos LDS Temple. Only a few months after that, Kelly found out that she was pregnant with twin girls. Their twins Bella and Ella were born in 2005, and Kelly was very happy to be a mother. She also said Matt was very happy to be a father and described him as a very attentive, loving, and very involved father. From the beginning, they knew that they wanted to have a big family. In 2007, she gave birth to their third child, a boy who they named Tim. Kelly said that Tim was very excited to have a son and was a very protective father over his 3 children. They did so much together, and for a few years it felt to Kelly that they had created the perfect family, at least from her own standards. She said that these were really beautiful years for their family and that she enjoyed all their moments when their kids were young. They packed up everything they owned, completely changed their life, and moved with their 3 children to Spokane, Washington, where Kelly's parents lived. It was really nice for Kelly to have her parents there to help and be involved with the kids, and they loved their grandchildren. It was nice because Matt had a lot of time that he was putting towards school, as he was attending Gonzaga School of Law. However, he ended up having to deal with a pretty long commute, about an hour twice a day, to go to and from campus, which definitely took a lot of time away from seeing his family. This was tough on them, but like I said, Kelly was a very natural mother, and she loved being home with her kids. She did most of the childcare, and that really wasn't a problem for her. Being a mom was her dream, so the fact that Matt got busier wasn't necessarily the worst thing ever. Matt started wrapping up law school in November of 2009, and Kelly was definitely looking forward to that chapter ending. Around this time, Kelly also gave birth to their 4th child, a daughter who they named Malia. After he graduated from law school, their family packed up again, and they moved to Boise. Matt got a job there working at a bankruptcy law firm, but obviously on top of working at the firm, he still was prepping for the bar, which is very, very hard and takes up a lot of time. So there were a lot of hours that he was cooped up studying and wasn't available to Kelly and the kids. But it was still a lot of work for Kelly to be the main caretaker for her 4 children, and if that wasn't enough, Kelly then became pregnant with her 5th child. Obviously, at that point, Kelly was very much looking forward to Matt passing the bar and hopefully having more time with the family, and eventually, he did pass the bar, but his workload did not slow down at all. In fact, it increased. Obviously, people don't choose to be lawyers because it allows for lots of downtime. It's a very demanding career, and Kelly did understand this. Thankfully, though, when Matt was around, she said that he was a very involved and attentive father. He loved each of his children very much, at least in Kelly's perspective, and he seemed really excited about their 5th baby on the way. Matt loved being a father just as much as Kelly loved being a mother, but like I mentioned, his work hours only started to increase with time. By mid-2010, he decided he wanted to open a small criminal defense practice as sort of a side gig to make some extra money. He would still be working at the bankruptcy firm, but he'd always been very interested in criminal defense, so he decided to pursue it. At first, he seemed to be able to handle all of this work on his own, but eventually the workload just became too much, and he decided to hire someone else, And that's when Sandy Tall comes into the picture. Sandy was an experienced paralegal who had been looking for a job since September of that year. She'd been laid off by her previous employer. Just like Matt, Sandy was a family-oriented person. One day, Kelly goes to Matt's work, hoping that they can have lunch together and spend some free time. But when she showed up, she was surprised to see that Matt did not seem excited to see her. He turned ghost white when she walked in and seemed uncomfortable that she was there.